Good evening, everyone. My name is Sikumbuzo Goodman Mayaba. Sikumbuzo Kuchana Mangato is better to have Kuchana Homeboy.
Yes. So listen, we are about to talk about a very sensitive topic, and then our male partners, including yourself, because you had a lot to say, have been up in arms. They're angry, but we are comparing them with other people, and that standard is unattainable. We must be happy with what we have. Oh, wada. So it inspired this whole video, and then to talk about that time we fought over a Facebook post. You are guys. So the title of this video is
There's been a number of times that you've Facebook and Instagram has put me under pressure.
It's only been one time.
This time around, it's somebody that who's from Mapondwe. Which I honestly did not understand. Why is the guy so romantic all of a sudden?
Okay, but can you please tell the story? What happened that one time? Like one time
so
we fought.
We're not gonna mention names, ne?
No, don't mention any names.
Or say names.
Don't mention.
We can mention names.
School, you can't mention people's names without their permission.
Hello, we're gonna ask him.
School, don't do that. School.
Okay. So I had seen the post earlier. So before her.
What was the post about?
And the post was about let's call him Psypos.
Yeah. So
Psypos was celebrating whatever they were celebrating, so decided to take his wife to a fancy place, and in preparation for that he took, is it what, reds and roses? Is there something
rose petals?
Huh?
Rose petals. It's petals.
Petals.
School man, petals like the ones that you.
No, it's roses, red roses, man. Oh, petals, yeah.
It's not roses. When you've already disembarked, not taking them out of the flower. It's not the flower now. It's petals.
Whatever it is, it was the roses from the door,
on the floor,
on the entrance, on the floor, right to the bathroom first. So I'm not sure what that meant. Or maybe they had driven the whole day, so the madam was tired and needed to bath first. Okay, I don't know the significance of that. But the roses from the entrance up until the bathroom. And from the bathroom, they were leading to the bedroom. So which maybe means that, they were not going to eat on the day. They were only going to, sanitize.
Very important.
So, and I saw this, and as the lady enters the door, somebody's taking a video. And she's walking, and she's like really so surprised. And I don't even understand why she's so surprised. Why don't you, oh my God, anyway, so she walks up the stairs and goes to the bathtub.
Bathtub.
Huh? Bathtub. So we see there
not the tab, tab
that's why it's so difficult to speak English here. Because you are always under scrutiny. Anyway. So we see so, and then it is really, really nice. It's really, really nice, and I hated the guy for that, and I arrived home saying, I pray that my wife does not see this.
Hey!
No, my prayer did not really reach.
I'm like, guys, listen, I was minding my own business. I was running through Facebook. So I'm thinking to myself, and this video was shared like a few times. So anyway, I see it. I'm like, it was the most romantic thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Most romantic thing ever seen?
Absolutely. It's the type of thing like you see on movies.
So I've never been. You've seen on movies.
When have you done rose petals? Rose petals, bath, running tub, hearts on the bed made of roses.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Because andizuyimela okutheni into ndisileha.
Mamela andikichikalochom. So anyway, I saw this video. I was like, oh, this is so romantic. Like, it's the type of thing that you see on movies and stuff like that. And then I happened to be sitting next to Usku at that point in time.
Let's correct it.
Wasn't I sitting next to you?
You firstly saw, we saw this, it was just before 6.
Yeah.
But you made sure that when you go to the bathroom, again, you open the video. So that I can say, don't try to be clever here. So
anyway,
you had seen the video.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so then I now saw it again when I was sitting with school. I was with school, and then there was a moment where the girl is crying. She's surprised. It was really romantic, right? And I'm very surprised, Bana. You are saying you saw the video first because when I like showed you and then you didn't seem interested.
Look, I had seen it earlier.
You could have said, "Galok bana no, baby, I've seen it."
The honest truth was that I'm not romantic. I try. I try to go the extra mile. I'm not yet there.
Okay.
I will get there eventually.
Okay.
It does not matter how long it takes, but I really want to be like Ulu.
Okay.
And be romantic.
Anyway, so I showed him the video and then he didn't seem moved and then I started getting angry and then because I don't understand how you could not show any kind of emotion, right? So the next thing now, I'm angry at school and I'm like, it must be nice with them other kids because they're getting surprises. They're getting rose petals on the floor.
Rose petals
on the floor, running tap with a very hot water. And here I am, Yamon. So let me ask. So I was feeling some kind of way about it, and then I feel like it's natural though. And then judging from when we introduce this topic on social media, judging from the comments from the ladies, right? It is common when there's a certain picture, or there's certain things that you see on social media, or like, oh, that's nice, you wish them for yourself, or you think they're nice if they could be done, on you. Now I've talked about me, where there was an instant where I felt some kind of way about a post, one that I saw on social media. Now back to you. Have you ever been in a situation where it doesn't even have to be on social media? It can be a couple that you saw, they did something, you're like, hey, I wish this was done on me.
I think let me, on behalf of men, one male, I'm a daughter. Hey, man, you think, nobody, hey, man, you think. Yeah, no, look, without any doubt, I mean, there's a techie family in my timeline that always inspires me. It's a very young couple. They always seem to do things together all the time. They, even you can see when they dress up, it's color coordinated, even though they don't do that all the time. But you always see this pattern that these guys, they are always together. And yes, I judge them based on what they post. There's another couple that's in Port Elizabeth. I once saw him, this guy, wearing a gown only, going, to, is it a bathtub again?
Yeah.
And wathatha ifoto eveze ithanga ethe enzelwe ngunkosikazi wakhe uSithembele. I think this thing is nice. I mean, imagine you walk in, you are tired, baby, let me help you remove these. Just go a bath, come back, and then sit and undit me inyawo. So ezo zinto uqonda, you know what? Zikwenza ego yakho. Bengathi noko sithi ke ngesimpona umbombo uyaqhuza. Ego ibusteke kancinci.
I remember this one time where we visited a family in East London, ne? And then we basically were sitting with the wife. We were busy discussing, and then we were waiting for the husband to come back.
Oh yeah,
and then so he comes back, and immediately the wife goes and I guess welcome the husband, and he was carrying like a briefcase and I think like a bag with some bag. Well. Yeah, and he was wearing some jacket. So anyway, she goes and takes Ilantuka a briefcase.
No, he firstly undressed him. He took the jacket, and then why yeah.
Okay, whatever. So I guess she took the jacket and took the briefcase, gave him a hug, and then they proceeded to go to their bedroom for a few minutes just to get to welcome him home. Gatin. Anyway, so they come back. This one, yeah. Yabona when I show, like I admire what you just did there. Yabona, when your husband comes home, you did, it's cool. You did. Wait, you did say it on that day.
No.
Anyway, you also said it the following day.
Baby, there was.
Why?
This one, she has mastered the art of knowing what I think sometimes.
I always know what you think.
She looked at me and said, hey,
I was like, hey, don't even think about it.
This one is admiring what is happening here.
Come on,
so,
you did.
by the time I was saying it, you were already like,
I was so fed up. Anyway, so he said it. He made a comment on that night about, hey, how you? Like she's been waiting to be a wife, you know, the way you welcomed your husband. I'm like, hey.
But honestly, but after 15 years, you find a person still doing that. Tina, I would 18 months left.
Come. So anyway,
15 months when no science, so did you?
Wait, Landuka, following day we went to an event. So we were both speaking. It was a couple's thing. So anyway, it's his turn now to say something, and then
that's what I mean, there was no intent. It was not directed at you at all.
And then he says, yeah, I saw something beautiful last night, you know, the wife welcoming the husband, taking off his jacket. I didn't listen. I was like, when we went back, I was like, school, you're not paralyzed, Galok. I was like, you can take your own damn jacket and your bag. Because first of all, I've never done that. All of a sudden, I'm gonna do something that I've never done before.
We're not saying that it's something that you're gonna do regularly. Not just once in a while, you know, surprise.
I don't mind trying new things, I don't mind, but mostly what I try to do in our relationship is something that, you know, I've more or less done before. Yeah, man. Either when we were dating, something that feels natural to both of us. Yeah, man. So it will be odd for me, Yamana, to come to you carrying ilantuka tray
but once in a while that would be nice. It's a surprise. And that surprise is aimed at boosting my ego. Because you need to know what makes men tick. Okay. What makes us tick is totally different to you. Or maybe let me talk about me. Let me talk, because some men are moved by different things as well. You know, the men that I mostly talk to and the men that I mostly follow, they are actually moved by more or less the same things as me. And you can tell that these things, they are more ego boosters than being tangible things. Because they speak to them as a man. And with us, it's about how you make me feel as a man.
Okay.
It's not about, it's about, and 1,000 rand. No, it's not about that. It's not about that.
But I feel like where I'm getting in it, it's things that are going to feel natural for both of us.
But once in a while,
Okay.
just
Okay.
do that thing that you've never done before.
Okay, but then I'm not giving you That is weird.
That would be nice actually.
Ndikhuqa ngesifuba. Asoze uyiqhelelanga
yazi ngavuya nje ndifuna ukubiza abanye amadoda ke zapha nje.
Hayi nyani
uAbosh noLu sibraya xa kukhona wona undiko uvela uzasosiza ngamadolo betrayed.
That would never happen. So here's the thing. I want to establish, when I was reacting to that video, right? And how did you honestly feel? Because obviously we both had a disagreement. Okay, we fought over that post. When interpretation yako, how did it make you feel?
I wished it was me. So I was jealous towards that. So at the time, by the time you showed me the video, I was like already hurtful. And then you showed me, and like I was like not interested. But I mean, who is this guy? Where's Unamagama Mambondo? It would have been better if it was Darrell or Ashley. And then you do something that you see on TV. So I was like, kind of really, the honest truth is that I was jealous. So by the time...
I was jealous, not jealousy.
Oh. That's why we don't speak English here. Because we are always under scrutiny. So by the time... So by the time you showed me, I was like already hurtful, and I had already developed a defensive mechanism in my system. And by the time you said it, like it was as if then that's why I never
But why couldn't you be inspired by, this is something I could try, Yamana, on my wife, or something similar?
So you wanted me to tell you, so disempower myself as a man.
Okay.
It's about extraordinary things. It's things that have never been done before by anyone else. So we always want to come up with those new things that in turn uzofeel are proud and loved, and then you said, "Oh, that's my man." So that in turn it then boosts my ego as a man. It's not about repeating that which was done before. It's about a new thing. I knew when we met that no one wakwakuncamisa apha empundweni. So I was the first one ukuncamisa empundweni.
So talking about Ilantuka, how we sometimes feel under pressure by being compared to relationships on social media or from couples that we meet. Oshana Ferguson, who's a prominent actor for our international audience, passed away. And we know Oshana has been with his wife for almost 20 years, right? So the one common thing, he's an accomplished actor. He's done so many things. But the one thing that continued to prevail in how people spoke about him is how he really loved his wife. Obviously, we don't know the guy. I've never met the guy. Many South Africans have never met the guy. But they only know him through social media. Wabo, how they post each other, how they spoke fondly about each other in events and so forth. And then you guys felt some kind of way about, okay. And then now there was some words that were exchanged, particularly by females. But we hope that our male partners learned something from Oshana and how he loved loudly, how he loved his family, how he loved his wife in particular. And you guys felt some kind of way about it. But Oshana is very rich. Of course, he's going to afford houses and big cars. Of course, he's going to be able to take care of his family. And I'm like, guys, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. How did it go from us saying, oh guys, we really hope that you could be inspired by this guy and how he loved his wife. To you guys, like correlating that, okay, comparing that to his money. Like why are people so angry about what females in particular were saying?
There are two things that firstly we need to acknowledge. One is Uncle Shaw. Without any doubt, that guy has done something right. He did something right in terms of enabling or ensuring that men capture what is right when it comes to taking care of the wife and the family. In other words, being the head of the family. And in there, you can see that it's actually God being practiced in that home. We don't see a lot about him going to church or reading the Bible, but you can just see how anointed the guy is. So we can't take that away from him. So you can just see that the guy has a certain values, a set of values, and that he abides by. So we need to acknowledge that. That's number one. That's number one, baby. Baby, that's number one.
Amen.
Number two, there is a picture that is constantly being, placed in our eyes by social media.
Okay.
Social media, in other words, Facebook, and as well as Instagram, people are selective in terms of what they post there. So, given what I've just said, we therefore cannot put entirely our judgment based on what we see or the little things that are being shown to us, deliberately shown to us.
Okay.
So the interpretation of what had transpired and how many posts that we saw in our timelines were saying how good the man is. It then moved us away from acknowledging what is right. But we then said, as we were reading all these posts, we're saying sentence by sentence or line by line, saying, okay, this is not me, I'm not like this. So you see these things and then say, yeah, I can never be where this guy is. And when you tell yourself that, you're basically damaging your head or your mindset. So to think negatively about what you see at that particular moment, even though it's not. So the comparison was correct in the sense that many females wanted us to see what Shona was, preaching all the time, which is building your family values and then sticking to them and being a leader at home. So we missed that point. That's the point that I think the guy wanted us to see all the time.
Okay, so from my side, I don't see the problem with being inspired by another relationship.
Yeah, which is a good thing.
I think for me, it's actually like, oh, this is really, nice. It's something that, it's like saying when I was school, I remember I was at work, and my colleague and I were sharing recipes. She's married also, and we were sharing recipes of like how we cook and stuff like that. So the following day, she calls me, and because I shared one recipe with her, and then she calls me and says, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I surprised my husband, with this recipe that you gave me. And I was like, oh, okay, this is something new that you haven't done. So who did you get it from?
Underline that something that you have not done.
Okay, come. So something that you that you haven't done that you're now doing, he was actually really happy. So that is a positive thing. I don't think there's anything wrong by being inspired. But however, I think it also needs a level of maturity in terms of how you do it. I'll be the first one to say, when I saw that Facebook post, there was no reason for me to be angry. Particularly the one with the roses and stuff. Yeah, man. There was no reason for me to be angry. Yeah, man. I think that's where Tina, we miss the mark. Yeah, man. How we deliver the message. Yeah, man. About, oh, I wish you could do that. Yeah, man. For example, others will see a couple buying each other cars. Yeah, man. And then coming to the husband or the boyfriend is like, other people are buying each other cars, knowing very well the financial situation they both have. So xa usiza kuye usithi bana makakuthengele ubone umuntu ethengele umuntu wakhe X5 ene uthi makayithathe imali. Like how like you are inspiring him, I guess, as some people say, no, but I'm inspiring. And then, but then there's another side to it where you know your person. Uyayazi bucofu wapi. So it's either you're going to destroy him or you actually are going to motivate him. However, I feel, this is not an excuse, I feel like for us to even get to a point where we come to you to show you something that we saw on social media, there's a question mark around what is missing. Okay? Men are sometimes very guilty of this. You allow us to get used to something.
That's been a pen and paper.
Yeah, you allow us to get used to something. Men are chasers by nature.
Hunters,
yeah. You guys are chasers. When you want something, you make sure that you get it. And then you see a lady and you think to yourself, I want that person to be my woman. Nina, ningahamba niyozitshonisa eliweni just to get that woman. And then you do everything in your power to make sure you win her heart. The biggest mistake that you do now is that after you've gotten her heart, you stop chasing.
That's the biggest mistake that you make.
Now,
babe, that's the biggest mistake that you make, because there's a fine line and a thin line, and I wish we can stand up and talk about this. Because you're missing the point. I want to
now the problem is that mufikile apo mufuni yakhona, and then now you can relax. Now, so that's when I'm talking like from what I've seen. Baby,
yes, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you're opening this. It's fine.
Okay. And now that's when kuzokhalaza ba, hey, kachongozi bangman uthengele flowers ngebirthday yakhe, iballoons zinyuke nazayana phezulu kathini. It's not like ibana in most cases lo mntu wamthengela iballoon but then all of a sudden ngoku loku basajola basanudibana yabona kathini, so it's expected mabathenga nali ibhaloni, give them another few years yabona iyawuphela yonke loo nto leyo. My point is, men are chasers and they're hunters. So whatever you are accustomed, okanye whatever umqhelisile when you were dating, and try your level best that you continue with that.
Tina, we are hunters. The problem lies where? Is that because we are hunters and we continue hunting directly and indirectly, you actually get used. I underline this. You actually get used to seeing me on a daily basis and maybe doing some. Let me give you an example, maybe because you're not going to understand this. One thing I can tell you is that which we witnessed with Q and K on the day, it's something that happens on a regular basis. And most probably, most probably K or Q did not notice the impact that thing does in K's mind. And because it's something that maybe she's been doing for 15 years. So it's nothing extraordinary. That's why when I highlighted it, they both lit up. Oh, so, oh, okay. Because it's something that they are used to doing. That action, I can tell you, it did not inspire Kay, or neither Q interpreted it as a manner to respect and show love to his husband. She was just doing it, but they both did not understand or see the underlying things that support the action that she had done. So the key is you need not to let go of the things that you do as a man, which is what happens with us, because we want to be consistent and do these things regularly. But what happens with the lady is that you actually get used to these things that we do, and they become obsolete.
Okay.
So they do not inspire you anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not that a person has changed. The person has not changed. Most probably still doing the same thing that he did before. They don't inspire you anymore. Then the interpretation is that this guy is boring, and yet the guy is not boring. If you were to look back and then say, okay, when we started with this guy, what was his state of mind? What are the things that he did? Number two, whilst this guy was doing these things, what was the state of my mind as a woman? And where am I today? Truth of the matter is that a lady outgrows any environment. You guys, you want to, you grow quicker than us, and you mature, or much better. I'm going to say much better than us, maybe on a daily basis. But it's about understanding and continuously and constantly creating an enabling environment for the man to continuously doing things that inspire the relationship between the two of you.
Here's my thing. I think it all boils down to, as a couple, you just need to better understand each other's love language. I know for a fact that you can't eat somewhere else. You only eat my food and my sister-in-law's food. And I know the type of food that you like. You don't like any fancy stuff. We once went to a friend's house. They cooked some fancy stuff. Your stomach was running for the whole month. Because you're not that type of, I know the kind of food that you like. And I can almost know when I'm going to make your day, what kind of food I must cook. And for that reason, I make sure I have to go all out when it comes to that. Your food, your presentation, preparing your lunch, and it just, I can see, I remember this one time you came back, it's like, yo, be mandi lunch, baby. That's the type of thing that you like. I guess what I'm trying to say is, once again, is I think you just, as a couple, need to learn each other's love language. I think I do get a glimpse of where you as a man is coming from. And by you as a man, not only you, Skumbuzo, but it's just men in general. I think we are coming from a perspective where it's all about us. We want this, we want that. We want those surprises, we want those balloons, and want those, flowers and stuff like that. For a long time, I just didn't get you. You kept on saying, yeah, Nozi, but then, and you need to create, as woman, an enabling environment where these things happen. So I think I get from that point of view, but as a man, you respond, to an enabled environment. You also respond from a place where it is already welcomed for you to do that.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
My departing points are I wish we can come back to this particular subject because it's a very important subject and it gives us a lot of pointers as married couples. There are a lot of detail that sit behind that which we see and that which is being posted by other people. And there's a lot that we can actually, learn from. So we thank the Fergusons for sharing that content with us, so we can actually learn. And I hope that each and every family that's watching this can just look at this and that information and interpret it in their own way, but the positive way, because there's this positive story that information seeks to address or instill in us. Mina, my advice to both parties, those that are married, those that are in relationships, you need to make sure that you both create a cushion or an enabling environment for both of you to succeed.
So we are challenging all couples to a 7-day challenge, right? We are going to come back here in 7 days, having written just some of the things that we appreciate about our partners. Just write them down. It doesn't matter how silly they are, guys. It can be from our side. You know how men don't like flush, or they don't take down the seat, or they clean their own damn seats. And it can even be that this week he cleaned his seat. You get what I mean?
Just a little
He cleaned his seat today, and then he woke me up with coffee. I don't care how little you think it is. We want to hear those stories, because I think it just revives. But hey, we're in their colors. But hey,
you can always start somewhere. Start somewhere.
Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Cheerio.